It is Ashton. So something's been placed on my heart, and because I've had a lot of people come up to me lately or send me a message and, ask me how I've done what I've done. How did I start to eat healthy, and just other questions as far as that goes. And I know that with the new year coming up, that a lot of people are getting ready to start New Year's resolutions. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about some things that really benefited me and helped me in the beginning of my journey as far as kicking bad habits, and just give you guys some suggestions and ideas as far as what you guys can do to do that. So, well, first of all, there's no one way to do it. There really isn't. You have to really, first off, figure out what it is, like your who, what, where, when, why, whatever you want to, say. And you're like, huh? Well, first off, what bad habit are you trying to kick? So let's bring it up for junk food. Like you want to lose weight this year or this coming year, whatever it may be. Is there a certain time of a day where you like to binge out? Is there just being very aware of when your bad habits go? Like maybe you are a big drinker. You like to drink alcohol all the time, and that's something that you want to cut down. Then look at, is it you hang around a certain amount of people when you start to drink? So these things is just, first off, noticing when your bad habit takes place. Maybe you want to quit smoking this coming year, and you know that it's more of a social setting, like it's when you go out. Noticing and being aware of your bad habits is going to be the first and foremost thing that can help you so that you know what triggers it. For me, for instance, I want to say at night is when I would love sweets, Dinner time was always the time that I used to go out and grab food, because we're always busy and this and that. So there's a few ways that you can go about doing this. Number one, cold turkey, right? And number two, taking step by step. Think of it like, how there's some people when you go to the pool and everything, and I don't know what type of a person you are, but you have to walk into the water, get your feet in and then get your legs in, and then, it's cold, start inching up and everything. So there's people that have to walk slowly into the water because it's a little chilly. There's other people that are like, I'm just going to hop right in, get it done and over with. So I look at that as two different type of people as far as when it comes to, kicking the bad habits and stuff. Some of you may have to jump right into it, and some of you may have to tiptoe into the water in order to do this. So figuring out, again, noticing what your bad habits are, being aware of it so that you can stop or prevent or shy away from whatever triggers your bad habits. And it's hard because sometimes you have to revert from people in your life, or you have to, you have to learn how to say no, or it's hard. It really is. I had a girl tell me, they're like, it's so hard because me and my family members and my in-laws, we always go out to eat and they always want greasy food. So how do I cut this? And I'm like, you know what? Invite them over. Figure out healthy foods and invite them over to your place so that you can show them that there is amazing, tasty foods that you can eat. Just explain why you want to cut this bad habit out of eating greasy food, and let them know, hey, there's other options for us. We don't have to do this. But so let's say you're going to tiptoe in. I know for me, when I started with my food, and it was so funny, just a little story here, is I would make YouTube videos explaining what I've been doing in my journey when I first started. I was over 200 pounds and trying to give advice to people on what I was doing. And I made this video if you really like salty foods, because I loved my chips. And so what I did was I cut out chips and went to a natural popcorn. And I made that video, and this guy commented on the YouTube video, and he's like, oh my gosh, why are you trying to tell them to go from chips into popcorn? Why don't you just go straight into broccoli and this and that? I can't believe, just completely dissing the video. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know what to think, but I just laugh at it because not everybody can just go from eating great food or eating unhealthy foods to just dropping everything and eating healthy. And so if you're that person that has to tiptoe into the water to get used to it, then this is something that you need to do. You need to figure out, instead of indulging yourself in, I don't know, maybe you eat a scoop of ice cream every single night and it's like 500 calories. What you can do is give yourself maybe like 1 or 2 Hershey's Kisses, or just a little break off of a dark chocolate. Something that can still satisfy your habits, but it's healthier than what you were doing, if that makes sense. So those are just some ideas as far as when you're trying to get rid of your bad habits. You have to figure out, can I do this completely cold turkey? Smoking for me, when I started smoking when I was 14, and it wasn't until I made that lifestyle change I started doing Insanity. And let me tell you, if you're doing Insanity, you really can't breathe. I don't understand how people can smoke and do Insanity at the same time. I was like dying. I was huffing and puffing on my inhaler, and I was like, all right, I want to eat healthy, so I'm going to get rid of this because it's going to save money, plus it's going to help me do my Insanity better. So I had to cold turkey smoking cigarettes, and I couldn't imagine doing it any other ways. And I see a lot of people, the people that I see that have the best benefit with getting rid of nicotine is by completely cold turkeying it. I don't know if anybody else has had any more experiences, and feel free to, speak up on that and everything. But like I know from, my mom and everything, like she did the vapor stuff, or, she would like slowly try to do it. But then when it came into getting into her friends and stuff in her social settings, it would come right back. So for me, I had to cold turkey that. And I've noticed such a great success as far as the smoking aspect of really just cutting it off. Thank you. Thank you for hopping on, you guys. I appreciate it. But again, maybe you're someone like for food, I had to step in by step in. Like I couldn't just completely get rid of everything. I probably would have I would have failed. I was a very picky eater. I loved junk food. I ate Burger King probably every single day. Sweets, cookies, candy, you name it. And it was just that progression. And even now, after I had Christian, I treated myself more than what I wanted to. So getting back into this healthy lifestyle for me, I was like, all right, for T25, it's like, I'm not going to focus too much on the nutrition. I'm going to do my best that I can, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't follow that specific nutrition, because I probably would have failed then. I would have failed miserably. So back kind of just talking again. So number 1 is noticing like what triggers your bad habits. Are you frustrated when you want to eat a bowl of ice cream? Do you hang around a bunch of people when you decide to smoke or you decide to drink? Noticing and being aware of your bad habits is going to make a major impact in your life. Then number 2, figuring out if you need to jump in or if you need to walk in. And I gave the whole illusion of the people, walking in the pool or the ones that just jump right in to get used to it. And then after that, cleaning out your house. And so if you're trying to become healthy, for 2017, you need to get rid of the things in your house that you're tempted to do. You need to not buy those things. And a lot of people will start to be like, well, what about everybody else in my household, right? Like, we've got kids. They want food. You know what? It's better for everybody. No offense. And my kids know I don't buy candy. I won't buy the candy. It's just okay, I won't say I won't buy it because there's very seldom times that I will. Or, if we go to a movie, they may be treated there, but it's very seldom that we go to movies. So I removed that stuff from my house, and even though they want it, it's going to impact their life for the better. They know mom is trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and I'm showing them that, you don't put it in the house. Otherwise, you're going to be tempted to do it. If you're trying to get rid of coffee, or caffeine, you don't buy it. Get rid of it. Give it to somebody. And keeping yourself accountable too. I guess that would be the other thing too, is Finding people that want similar goals, or finding a support group on Facebook, or even posting about it and telling people. And trust me, you're going to have people that are going to be like, you're nuts. You're nuts. Like, come on, it's just a cheeseburger. Just eat it. Like, you only live once. And I'm like, exactly. So I'm going to take care of what I have while I'm alive. Well, you're only going to live once. So just, no. I will treat myself when I want to, and I'm okay with that. So you'll have people that are going to knock your, like if you're trying to get rid of a bad habit, you're going to have those people that are going to try to knock that off. I quit drinking. I cut that out of my life. It's not like I was huge on drinking, but when we would go out, what was the thing to do? Well, let's drink and let's kind of like get a little tipsy, right? I cut it out of my life. Why? Because I don't like feeling like crap. I really don't. I don't know why anybody likes to feel like crap. I don't. And 2, it wasted money. And 3, I had more fun when I was drinking water. Like, people would laugh at me at the bars when I used to go out and I quit drinking. And they're like, what are you, like, how much have you had to drink? I'm like, well, I've had probably about like 8 glasses of water with a bunch of ice. And they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, no, seriously, that's just my personality. I don't need that stuff to have fun. So I just cut that out of my life and was like, I'm done, So again, be aware of your bad habits. Figure out what triggers them. Then figure out if you need to just completely cold turkey it or take step by step. Clean out your house for whatever bad habit you're trying to get rid of. Find a support group or accountability partner, and open up about it on Facebook and with your friends and family, like, so that they're not going to offer you, hey, you want this drink? Or, hey, do you want a piece of cake? Thanks, but I'd rather have you just not offer it. So those are the tips, and I hope that helps. I would love to hear what you guys, some bad habits that you guys would love to change for 2017, or if you guys have questions, just feel free to ask. And I don't know, I hope that those tips truly help you guys get set into switching around bad habits, from bad habits to healthy habits, and just continuously starting with one and then going off to the next thing. You don't have to do everything at once. You can start off small, and as long as you're taking steps, that's the biggest part of this. As long as you just keep going and going and going. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to hearing what your guys' bad habits are and what you're going to cut out. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.